Sup, everybody? It's me, San Martin, and Lucy. Guys, this is actually a really unprecedented thing that is happening in Prescott Valley, and it's a write-in ballot. And there is so much that you need to know, and we're gonna go ahead and give that information to you right now. But you know what? Just like always, you gotta wait for it. This is how we do it. Good morning once again. We were live just a few minutes ago talking about some of the stuff that's happening here in Prescott, Arizona. But now we are actually talking to a write-in candidate that is for Prescott Valley. I teamed in the group in Prescott Valley. So if you guys want to go ahead and be a part of this conversation, we will try to get to you and all the questions that you have for her. But my goal is to find out who Lucy is and exactly what she is trying to do. Without further ado, tell everybody who you are and what's going to be making you famous, or if you're not already famous.
Well, good morning, San Martin. Thank you so much for having me here on your platform. I think this is a great opportunity for me to talk about why I'm running, who am I, and all these questions that people might have about Lucy. So thank you for the opportunity.
No, thank you for actually calling me up and like, hey, and what that means to me is that you're investing into the community and you're investing in people that are a part of the community. And that's what I really love about community is that we are all sticking together, and for you to go ahead and reach out and say something and say, hey, I want to go ahead and be a part of it. I don't want to talk politics. I tell everybody I hate politics, and I'm not trying to offend anybody that's out there that's a politician in general, because obviously that's where you're headed. But tell everybody how you started in Prescott Valley, what you have invested in Prescott Valley, because I know you as the most hardest working Latina woman in Prescott Valley. I mean, let's just face it, you have several businesses. I'm going to talk for you, but you can go ahead and talk for yourself. Tell everybody kind of what you're doing in Prescott Valley currently right now.
Well, thank you so much for all the compliments, but I'm new to politics, so I thank you for not talking about politics because I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm talking about. But something that I've done a lot is creating opportunities and using my common sense in starting businesses and employing people from our community and helping that way. Yes, I've invested a lot of my time and effort to the small business community, and in Prescott Valley has been so good to me, so good to me. So let me tell you a little bit about my background and my story in Prescott Valley. So I live in Prescott Valley for 20 years, or 22 years actually, since 2000. And I started my first business in 2005, and just myself. My daughter was 2 months old. And so I started a business in my family. And, I was kind of still new in the community. So I had to get involved in everything. And immediately I started knowing people from the Chamber of Commerce. I outreach for help. And I said, how can I make this happen? And everyone was super helpful. And I think that's something that Prescott Valley has and is unique. That if you go out there and you ask for help, people are happy to help. And that makes it easier for people to be successful in our community. We like to support each other. We like it, local. And in my experience as a small business owner, it's been great since day one. So great that now I own 4 businesses and employ over 80 people. And my kids go to school in Prescott Valley. My daughter is 17 now.
Talk about something. Fast forward. You're like, fast forward.
And then my son, he's 15. And I drive on Prescott Valley streets every day. I go to work every day. Um, I go to the grocery stores every day. So I see more and I've seen the growth. I've seen everything from day one, and it's been great. And the main reason why I'm running is because, to me, is my way of giving back a little bit of the many things Prescott Valley has given me. And because this is, as you know, this is a public service pretty much.
Yeah, you don't get paid too much to go ahead and
Nope,
be in that position.
nope.
Okay, so with your investment into Prescott Valley in general, I mean, you obviously saw something here in our area that makes you want to stay here. What is it that you want to do to help keep the community the same way that you see it, as running for the Prescott Valley Council?
So this is a great question because I saw and I see every day the potential of our communities. I think that we have so much to offer and we have so much potential. And I want people that see it the same way I did. Because if we are small business friendly, if we are focused on the different age groups in our community, we have a lot of potential. I think there's some areas that or some people that still think that we are just a retiree community, and is far from the truth. I think we have a lot of tourism potential. We have a lot of, I mean, this is a great community to start a business again. um, we're growing. It's just I want people to see the same potential that I saw.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, the best part about Prescott Valley is that it just recently, last year, took on the lead of the biggest population in Yavapai County. Now, with the growth of Prescott Valley doing exactly what it's doing, I mean, there's a lot of leadership that comes into this, and obviously, not all things run onto your back, but the council in general is I think they're growing and evolving from what they used to be. Uh, if I'm not mistaken, the council that was currently seating, they were there for years and years and years, and so to see new blood, I guess we would call it, into the city council is a fairly big deal. Now, when you decided to run, just play by play, tell me exactly what happened. What were you thinking that day? You're like, as you're eating whatever it is you eat best, and you're just like, I think today I'm going to run for city council. How did that go down?
Well, it didn't happen like that. I was invited before many times. Hey, do you want to be part of our local government? And because I am very busy, and I have teenagers, like I said, a few minutes ago, I thought, well, maybe this is not the right time. Maybe I should wait, and then you know maybe this is something that I could be good at, and my opinion can actually count, and I can make a difference. But maybe I'll wait.
Mm-hmm.
So when I decided that day, you know what if I do it now? It was a little too late because that's the main reason why I'm a write-in.
I mean, okay, so not many people know what a write-in ballot is. I briefly know just a tad bit about it, but what it comes down to is that you didn't actually campaign to get signatures to go ahead and actually have your name on that ballot.
Correct.
So now you guys have to write her name in that ballot in order for her to actually win, right?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So being a write-in means that when I said, okay, fine, I'm gonna do it, it was the names were already printed for the candidates were already printed on the ballots. So my name is not in the ballot. I am as qualified as the other two candidates, but that's the main issue is that I decided a little too late.
Yeah.
So in order for me to win, people have to write Lucy Leyva, Leyva, and it has to be spelled right.
Right, how you say it right here. Look at that's how you spell it.
Yes.
It's very important. We actually brought it up this morning in the morning show because we were stating that we were going to be hanging out with you, and he goes, "What if they spell her name wrong?" And I was like, "Very good question." So make sure you spell that name right because it could not count. I mean, it potentially can. Now, if you do get this position, I don't even know the history of the write-ins that has ever happened in Prescott Valley. I remember people used to write in Mickey Mouse and stuff. And sometimes it was like he actually was getting he would be able to sit on councils and stuff. What would happen if you were to win?
I mean,
Does it
obviously,
call it win? I mean, is that really a winning
yes,
thing?
it is a winning
Welcome to the
thing.
city council. You are a winner. I mean, that's a lot of stress. I ain't not gonna lie. That's a lot of stress for you. I mean, to run four businesses and also go ahead and give your dedication to the city of Prescott. There must be a little bit of love in there. But
There is a lot of love in this. And you know what got me? I said, okay, at least if I run this time around as a write-in, that is going to be really difficult to win as a write-in because the factor of people not spelling my name right, not knowing what a write-in is, not enough time to campaign properly. I mean, there's many factors. But let's say if I win, right? I think that my participation in the council, in the town council, is going to be of a lot of benefit, you know, for the town, for our local government, because I think I will bring a fresh set of eyes, looking at their budget and their projects and the way they work. And so far, like this morning, I had a meeting with Gilbert. He is a town manager in Prescott Valley, and he explained how they do the budget, how they have priorities for the town, and it's impressive. You know, it's impressive. So I'm really looking forward to learning and keeping everyone informed. I think having someone from the Hispanic community in our local government is gonna benefit a lot of our community, a lot of people. Um, and if, let's say, if I don't win, at least I want people to know that these type of political positions or local government positions are available for anybody.
yep.
And that we all should do our due diligence and participate.
Yeah. People ask me, I'm like, there's no way. Because I don't know about you, but there's a lot of things that people do. They like to smear your whole past in your face, and you're just like, all right, well, I see nobody likes to forgive. But this is the thing that this position really does come with a lot of like concern from today's type of politics in general. But because Prescott Valley is, I call it small, is now like on the forefront of like water growth, infrastructure. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's on that plate. And I always look at Mayor Cal Palguda and how everybody blames him for the stuff that is actually currently what's happening. But it's kind of like one of those mindsets where you're just like, well, didn't you know that there's a whole city council prior to them? So now the change is coming through. And I technically don't know too much about the economic growth out there in Prescott Valley, but from what everybody says as far as the community, which his campaign went on every voice heard, where he would listen to the community and what their wants were, what their needs were. And some of the biggest ones out there that I see is infrastructure, meaning the roadways. Like, I would like to rock my daughter down the road, but there is no sidewalks. And let's just face it, down in Prescott Valley, there's gutters, and it's all because of obviously watershed. But these are the things that I think that the city council is supposed to be doing. But I also think that there's a proactive position for you to kind of keep Prescott Valley safe from destruction of obviously economic growth, because let's just face it, there's a lot of building going on out there. Do you like growth, or do you oppose it, or do you think that there should be like a balance?
Well, I think that the 2% growth in Prescott Valley is not unmanageable. It is not unmanageable, but I think it has to be diversified. I think we should attract better employers. So there is opportunity for younger families to have, higher pay employment. Um, I think we should have absolutely better sidewalks, and I think the project. Let me tell you, the project that they have for Glass for Hills is gonna be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so want to be part of that. Either I win or I don't win. I want to be part of that because I cannot say much about it, but I think it's gonna bring in another type of tourism. There's no development happening in Glassford Hills just for the people that are out there thinking, are they going to build a resort? Are they going to build more houses? What is going to happen? None of that is going to happen. There's other projects in mind for Glassford Hills, and I think as a community, everybody has different priorities. That growth of our community, it has a lot of benefits. So it has to be a balance, of course. It has to be. So I'm not opposed growth, but I think if it's a managed growth, it could be of a lot of benefits for everybody
Mhm.
if we do this right.
Yeah, and without getting too political into the conversation, obviously we look a little bit up north and we see that there's water scenarios. Just recently, the mayor of Prescott just put out an APB shutting down 2 wells because of some chemical that was found in there that was very high trace, but it shouldn't it's too high to be exact. And so these type of things are kind of worrisome, because you now take down 2 wells that are supposed to be supplying the water for our area. Now, those are the big concepts that I start thinking about, like making sure that our local environment is well taken care of, because water is becoming an issue now, and growth is becoming an issue, and then the roadways are becoming an issue. So to have somebody that has that thought process where you could actually be one of those votes that could say yay or nay, that's a big deal.
It is a big deal because I'm not a politician. I'm a new politician. Let's say I'm learning all of this. But what I do a lot is that I've used my common sense. A lot of people have asked how, how
I'm
have
like,
you
that is a new one.
how
Common
have
sense.
you do your success? How do you manage people and businesses and everything? Well, a lot of my decisions I base them on common sense. Now, what this means is that uh, in order you have to have some kind of business background to participate in your local government. I think me having that background is going to be essential. There is talking about water and roads and stuff like that. There's a lot of information out there available for our community. So if anyone have any questions about, is there really an issue in Prescott Valley with the water? Is there really? Get with your local government, go and talk to them, ask questions. There's committees that are um, uh, devoting their time to inform the community about exactly what's going on with the water.
Mhm.
So it's not as bad as most people think it is. There is already preventive plans, so everyone is aware that if there is an issue, if in the future there's an issue, there's a way that we can resolve that. So there's committees for recycling water and how we can manage the use of the water properly and stuff like that. So they're very, very proactive on the community concerns from the water.
Well, this is one of the biggest concerns that a lot of people have. I mean, all you got to do is just read and listen into the actual groups, and when someone says, "I'm moving there, can you guys give me the pros and cons of Prescott Valley?" And all of a sudden, oh, there's no more room for you. There's no more space for you. The water is going away, and you're just like, "Geez, is that really true? Is it really happening?" And most of these measurements and these things that come from our wells, you're able to go ahead and tell everything about those. But the facts are that in Chino Valley, and in the outskirts of our area, which is out there by I know it's county land, but they're saying their wells are going dry. And the reason why their wells are going dry is because Brandon Montoya from the city of Prescott, they actually have an idea or gives you a visual. We're saying, here's a bowl, and look, there's a bunch of straws. And so just say, for instance, all those straws are in that bowl and they're all trying to suck the water out. And then all of a sudden there's a Prescott straw. And so the Prescott straw, they build their wells and their reservoirs, and they're taking that water out in order for it to be provided. And so the concept of all those wells going dry, the thought is that you didn't drill too far. but now it's costing like $20,000+ to go ahead and get down farther into that well, and some of the people can't even afford that, so they have to start trucking water in. Is there a I know that there's a plan in place, but if it ever came across your desk to a point where it's like, you know what, we need to really manage this growth, we need to do something big, what would you be on the side of, you know what, it be all right, or we have to do this now, we have to stop growth?
So these are the things, and I actually was impressed on how every decision that the town council has to make as far as growth or roads or issues that the community have. There's four focus areas. There's four high performing activities, water, quality of life, and prosperous community. So they have to look at the four areas in order to make a decision about anything that rolls into their hands or their laps or their desks. So I think, like I said before, if the growth is managed properly and it is for the benefit of our community, obviously, it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that there's a lot of good people on the actual council currently right now that are, trying to maintain that and also keep the community safe. I know that Mayor Cal is 100% like, you know what, we're doing it. We're making it happen. We're making it safe. The local community can be safe. We're like top, I think it was a top 14 or top 11 cities in Arizona that is the safest. Is it the top 10? I don't know. But anyways, it's actually really cool to see the growth of Prescott Valley. But at the same time, a lot of people are concerned. I mean, this is space of driving down Glasper Hill. It used to be just nothing but land. I mean, even me, when I started living in Prescott Valley, it was we didn't go far past what is currently called Jackass Inn. And it was kind of funny because I always used to drive through Prescott Valley and I used to just see the word Jackass. And I mean, as a child, I'll be like this. I'm like, am I allowed to say that? Anyways, long story short, Prescott Valley is growing. And I think that, having good people like you would be a great position to sit on, and knowing that you don't have the political background makes it even better, because now you can go ahead and learn and also ask those questions where you just be like, as a concerned citizen, not as like a politician, or anybody that's kind of like in that level. So if some of these things come across your table, it's good to go ahead and just listen to the community.
Well, and the other thing is this, as what I saw when I moved into Prescott Valley 22 years ago was all the things that Prescott Valley has to offer. And not only Prescott Valley, but Prescott and Chino. I see the Quad Cities as one bigger community. I mean, we do have a lot of things to offer. So if it was attractive to you and to me, it's going to be attractive to other people.
Mm.
And so what I think what we should focus on a lot is to make sure that whoever moves into our area knows that we are a community, and this is how we live, this is who we are, and what is it you're bringing to make our community better. And if we all do something to make our community better, I think we're going to be successful as community, and obviously, again, managing the growth.
So there is 2 seats available.
There are 2 seats available.
Okay, so I'm just going to run down the candidates right now. Cal is the only one running unopposed. He did have some people running, but I guess they all fell off. They're like, well, we can't compete, which is really cool, because I really do feel like Cal has done a little bit more vibrant in the community and brought more attention to the community. Sometimes his words are a little bit off on social media, but it's just like, that's real. Let's talk about your values. I've been reading them. I really like them. And I actually do see that in you prior to you even actually running for this. So can you go down the values that you have?
Well, I work a lot, you know that. So I've walked the walk. And so I'm a hardworking, I'm transparent. If there's anything that you guys need to know about me, like you mentioned earlier, that they dig into your past, and people can, the question that somebody asked me, they say, Lucy, are you ready for the haters? And I was like, the hate? Why are they gonna hate me for? I mean, I'm not even gonna get paid good enough to do this, you know.
It is what
This
it
is
is.
literally like for a way for me to get back to the community. And but anyways, so I'm transparent. Like if anyone wants to dig into anything or ask me anything, I don't have anything to hide. Respect for business, that is huge. That is one of the values that I have. I have a lot of respect for small businesses because I know what it's like. The average business owner think 4 times more than the average person.
Mhm.
So you know the struggle of being a small business owner. You know everything that we have to go through. So I have a lot of respect for that. Dignity, that's one of the values that is a core value. I think that if you don't have that core value as a human, is really hard to function. And professionalism, I take everything that I do um, very serious. So I treat everything with a lot of professionalism, and so those are my values, and that's how I run my house. That's how I run my businesses, and that's how I run everything that I do.
Well, to be in business this long, you are doing something currently right. So, with that, I am very, very proud to go ahead and be here in front of you to actually see that you're a write-in candidate. The other two
Thank you.
candidates are running. I have never met them, ever seen them, and those are the kind of ones that I kind of get leery about because if they're not in our community and doing something in our community, I'm just wondering. And this is not to bash them; it's just more or less that if you guys want to go ahead and be a part of your community, go out there and do something because if you're unseen, you're unheard of. And this is the reason why you're here at the Prescott Times because you know that you'll be heard, especially to our community. Our community means a lot to me, and also all the people that are living out there. It's a big deal, a very big deal. And to that, I really do commend you for actually stepping up and being a part of our community. If you win or not, I know no matter what, you're still going to do something great, and this is a big deal. So tell a little bit how the writing works, and also I've been scrolling on the bottom on how to go ahead and find out more information about Lucy and also about her life and what she has done here at her website at electlucyleyva.com. And you can go ahead and follow her on Facebook at facebook.com/elect Lucy. How does it work? So the write-in ballots have already been sent out.
Correct.
Yep. So they're
I
in
had
your mail.
mine.
Yep. They're in your mail that you can go ahead and do that, or you can go ahead and do a walk in. And when is the walk up ballots or starts being signed? Like when can you walk in and be?
They're open every day since July 6th. There's 4 voting locations in Prescott Valley. There's one in the Bus Barn and by Robert Road, and then another one in Little Dealers, Little Prices,
Okay.
by Dewey, in the entrance from Dewey to Prescott Valley. There's one at Findlay, and then there's one on the 4th floor at the City Hall. Um, Now, when you get your ballot, like I did get mine already, there's a section where it says town council member. And so there's the name of the other 2 candidates, and then it has 2 options for write-in. So you have to mark the one that says write-in, and then you have to write down my name correctly. Otherwise, the vote is not going to be counted. So it is really, really important that you write down LucyLeyva. So that's my first name, my last name, and that's basically all you need to do.
Make sure you write that name right. But if you have any more questions, obviously we've been scrolling her information on the bottom, and whoever is running your Facebook page, thank you so very much for throwing all those extra added bonuses as far as like getting the comments out. Elect Lucy Leyva. We do have a couple of people in here that says yes, elector Delilah Tomez. Lucy Leyva for town council, and then we also have what is it? Jen Snyder saying, "Hi, Lucy. How you doing?" and a Facebook user by saying good morning. Well, good morning to you. I really do appreciate you, Lucy, and everything that you have done thus far. I know for a fact that you're doing this for a reason, and I'm betting that this is a good thing that is going to happen for the community of Prescott Valley. To have somebody that is not a politician is it's really honestly a good thing because you're going to be hard to persuade. And that's the best part is like, you know what, you have to have that little bit of like, community sense in order for you to step into that.
And the main thing is that I really want to create a communication bridge between our communities
Mhm.
because, again, having teenagers, being a small business owner, being part of the Hispanic community, everything, I think that I can relate and people can relate back to me as far as okay, so how can we get involved on this? How can we know more about this? So I think communication is going to be great. Is going to improve between our local government and our community, and the fact that I'm bilingual can be of a great benefit as well.
Mhm.
Again, for people to relate back to me and so forth and so on. So I just seriously, I just want to be able to help and I'm a servant leader, so I like to participate and be that bridge between our members of the council and our community.
There's so much to learn more about you because you are amazing. I think that this
Thank
is a
you.
great time to go ahead
You are
and
amazing.
high five. This is a blessing that we have here in Prescott, Arizona, that you're able to hang out with the locals and also the people that are sitting. They call them dignitaries, if you guys didn't know that. But at the same time, awesome. I think that you're going to do really well. I mean, I think you know what, it's hands down. I've been watching kind of like what's been happening with elections, and I actually don't even know who else is running, and that's the bad part. I actually just found out right now, and I never met him before. Not saying that I haven't met you guys or I wouldn't want to meet you guys, but at the same time, you got to be in the community, man, and that's how you're going to win. And for you to be a write-in, I think that there's a very good chance of you to be the winner.
Well,
Of this,
if
I
I
should stop saying
get
as the winner, the one that is subjected to this position.
well, but it's actually like it is. I mean, we are competing for. There's a chance. There's really a chance for me to be seated on one of these two positions that are available, and that gets me very excited, because if the support that I've been getting from friends and family and many people from the community has been amazing. I didn't know. I knew that a lot of people know me, but having people say, "Oh my gosh, Lucy, we're so happy that you're running and we're gonna vote for you," is very nice.
This is amazing. This is one of those big moments where you're just like, it's going to happen and it's right around the way. So if you guys have those ballots inside of your mailbox currently right now, and you don't know any of the candidates, please go out there and check them out. Do your due diligence and make sure that you have that opportunity going on. I'm telling you that. With that being said, I'm out of here. We got things to do. You got things to do. I'm out of here. I'm gone. Peace.